Apprentice Jamie Evans, who combines flat and jumps riding, took the jockey's honours with a double at Moonee Valley today. Evans scored with Grey Liberty and Rich Habit, while Cranbourne trainer Colin Alderson also produced a double. In fact, horses trained at Cranbourne won 5 of the 8 races. The first leg of the Moonee Valley Quadrella was race 4. Sydney Gelding from the Planet started 2-1 favourite.
300 metres to run. Noble Bear in front, Disputed Pearl the challenger the outside, and Strawberry Ranch gets the run on the centre. Then Aquilone, they're clear from Flash Sam, top innings. Noble Bear in front, Strawberry Ranch comes out at Aquilone the inside, Disputed Pearl out wider. Noble Bear in front of Disputed Pearl from the Planet. Fives will get fourth, but Noble Bear wins it just. Noble Bear first, second Disputed Pearl, third Strawberry Ranch. From the Planet.
It was a gutsy performance by Noble Bear to win by a half head over Disputed Pearl. From the Planet got third. It was a huge run. Watch for him at a bigger track like Flemington or Sandown. To race 5, the Coca-Cola Handicap, and Ardale started favourite.
Over a length in front of Bistro Bow. Grey Man under the whip third, and then Ardale running on from Port of Biscay. Benbara King at the top of the straight. Tin Woodman a length and a half in front. Bistro Bow second from Grey Man, and Ardale flying out wide. Tin Woodman in front, they're getting close to the line. He'll win it. Tin Woodman first, a length to Bistro Bow. Grey Man third, Ardale fourth. Then
Tin Woodman had to undergo a barrier test at Epsom last Monday. If he failed that, he would have been banned from racing. Today, he was as quiet as a lamb and led virtually throughout. Race 7 was the second leg of the double, and the Colin Hayes trained mare World News is now becoming very costly for punters.
Then came Little Ripper. Around the turn, Table Habits out wide has moved up the Harapanjaya. Crenshan Lass in the centre, then Little Ripper. Vainly Green, Please Yourself, running on fairly well. Crenshan Lass tackled by Table Habits, Little Ripper, then Miss Munder, and down the outside, Please Yourself. Table Habits just in front of Please Yourself, and Table Habits has won. Please Yourself second, third Crenshan Lass. Then
Victory for the consistent Table Habits over Please Yourself, who keeps improving, and a cheeky run by the third horse, Crenshan Lass. Brilliant Queensland 2-year-old Red Rancher had been all the rage in the lead-up to the Colts and Geldings Magic Millions at the Gold Coast. Today, the Rancher Colt started odds-on but failed to show his customary speed.
Past the 400 metres mark, Star of Pegasus, a narrow leader over Pacific Union. Skomask into the clear, Sunblazer on the outside, then Academian and Red Rancher hooked to the extreme outside. Sunblazer hit the front at the 200. Pacific Union kicking again, and Skomask in the centre. Sunblazer, Skomask, Pacific Union. Sunblazer in front. He's drawing clear close to home, and he'll win it. Sunblazer. Sunblazer has won from Skomask.
Sunblazer at 33-1 is the son of former Brilliant Queensland sprinter Daybreak Lover. The favourite Red Rancher was slightly disappointing, but don't write him off just yet. Multiple forms of betting at Moonee Valley. Quadrella 18,868.05, 8483. Quad Extra 6,759.75, 4832. Daily Double 4 and 3, 11.20, and the Extra Double numbers 3 and 8 paid $41.05. Sarah.
Thank you very much, Dan. Well, a great summer's day.
Evans landed a winning double at Moonee Valley today when he scored with the odds-on favourite Grey Liberty in the third and Rich Habit in the last. Now to today's results, and the first was won by High Waters. Second win in a row. Rodney Dawkins aboard paid $2.40 and $90. The Calcalo handicap was won by Stapleton Lass, Darren Gauchi aboard, paying $1.75 and $80. The Magdala handicap made it 3 in a row for Grey Liberty, and the first of Evans double, paying $85 and $60. Here's Frank O'Brien with the call of race 4.
Malone going through on the inside, 2 lengths top innings from Flash Sam, and then from the Planet, it's Noble Bear, Disputed Pearl from the Planet coming home, Strawberry Ranch hanging on, Noble Bear just in front, Noble Bear's won it, second is Disputed Pearl, third is Strawberry Ranch, and fourth from the Planet.
Noble Bear home at 12-1, paying $9.30 and $2.15. Race 5, the Coca-Cola.
Tin Woodman with a handy lead over Bistro Bow, Grey Man, and then Ardale outside, but Tin Woodman punched out by Simon Marshall, too good. Tin Woodman's won it well from Bistro Bow, Grey Man third, Ardale.
Tin Woodman first at 13-4. The win paying $2.20 and $95. Now to race 6.
Morris and Clerical. Asher Star still narrowly in front of Lady Lindlam. Here's Clerical. This will be a boil over. Star Bijou the inside. Clerical goes home best. Clerical's won it from Asher Star. Star Bijou third. Then
Spacecraft, the unplaced favourite in that race. Clerical home at $15.80 the win and $2.20. Diet Coke handicap is next.
Beaten, Please Yourself coming home well. Table Habits just in front of Crenshan Lass and Please Yourself. And Table Habits home today for Forrester. Beat Please Yourself. Crenshan Lass third. Fourth in the...
Coming off a run of 3 seconds in a row, Table Habits winning at 5-1, paying $2.45 and $95. The Mellow Yellow handicap was won by Rich Habit. paying $2.80 and $1.05. Today's double for Tin Woodman and Table Habits paid $11.20. The extra double for numbers 3 and 8 paid $41.05. The quadrilla for the numbers 8, 4, 8 and 3 paid almost $19,000, and the quad extra paid $6,759.75.
Disputed Pearl joining in out wide. Noble Bear just in front. Disputed Pearl is picking it up, but Noble Bear is 1.5 hit.
Noble Bear 12-1, paid 18-1 on the tat. From the Planet just got up for third, and I suppose the way it races, one has got to query a little bit why they picked Moonee Valley to have its first run over here.
Yes, obviously, Bill, he hasn't raced for a while and probably looking for a 1,000-metre race first up, starting his preparation off here that is going to take him into the weight for age races, probably Newmarket and Oakley Plate races. Moonee Valley's a tricky track. It's a tight, especially the 1,000 metres for a horse coming from Sydney that's spent all its time on its other leg. You only, from that shoot at Moonee Valley out of the 1,000, you really only go about 300 metres and a very quick turn left. Now, he's a horse that obviously likes to balance up, and he didn't appear to be balanced early in the race, and the way he finished that race off, I think for a 3-year-old, now he was conceding weight to a lot of handy horses, and being only a young horse, I think that's his 7th run in a race.
Yes, it was.
I think the way he stretched out in the straight, we're going to see this horse picking up one of our big major races here during the carnival.
Right, Roy, a successful return to racing by Tin Woodman in the second leg of the quaddie.
Behind them, Port of Biscay, followed by Ardale, now pulling to the outside from Benbarra King. Plush Embassy back in behind them. Tin Woodman, though, 250 out straight away, a length and a half in front. Black Manor back in behind them, followed by Plush Embassy. 200 metres out on the straight, and the leader, Tin Woodman, by a length and a half to Bistro Bow, trying hard. Pulled to the outside now is Ardale, flashing home on the outside. Tin Woodman a length in front of Bistro Bow, and Grey Man with Ardale, and Tin Woodman gets there. Tin Woodman by a length to Bistro Bow.
Tin Woodman 13-4, Bistro Bow, consistent run. Grey Man hung rather badly, and Ardale was rather inconvenienced by Grey Man, I thought, Roy.
Yeah, Ardale was always caught out a little bit wide for the major part of the trip when he was trying to make up ground in the straight. He was inconvenienced a lot, but I do like Tin Woodman. I have right from the start when he won his first 2 starts, and probably the distance of yesterday's race is not really to his liking. As we know, he's been a barrier rogue, he's been barred, he got a month's suspension, and he passed in a trial at Epsom last Monday and looked to trial very well. I like his action. He's a beautiful sweeping actioned horse, and I think once he starts getting to the 1,600 metres and probably further, he's going to be a handy horse.
Let's have a look at the next race in the program, the winner coming from Absolute Last.
By Lady Lindlam, and Spacecraft in behind them, needing a run third. Then Star Bijou, followed by Stars Boris, back in behind them, Lakefield, 250 out on the turn. Asher Star giving cheek just in front of Lady Lindlam. Then Spacecraft pulled to the outside, followed by Star Bijou. At the 100, Asher Star just in front of Lady Lindlam. Wide out, Clerical flying home. Asher Star just in front. Clerical swamping it on the outside, and Clerical has got up to win by a half to Asher Star. G gave cheek.
Clerical 25-1 coming from Absolute Last, and Spacecraft the favourite there at 7-4.
Bit hard to follow Spacecraft, isn't he, Bill?
Well, let's put it this way. He was last, then he won, and he's beat 200-1 chances home yesterday. Let us say if he was a human being, I wouldn't buy a used car from him. Let's go to the last leg of the quaddie.
He does have a habit of spitting the dummy out.
You're right.
Is coming off the fence, making ground. Table Habits pulls out wide, running home. Then our Red Rose, and 2 lengths away, Bellry Fur. 300 metres out on the turn. Table Habits, the widest runner, 6 deepest, coming in after Harrapin Jaya, and Crenshan Lass, followed by Miss Munda and Ebullience. Back in behind them, Please Yourself, now motoring home. Reaching the lead, Crenshan Lass, tackled by Table Habits, and flashing home, Please Yourself on the outside. Table Habits in front, though, and Table Habits has got there by a half to...
Gee, it's a consistent galloper, this one. I think from its previous 6 starts, Table Habits, it's 5 seconds and a win.
Yeah, and probably about 3 of those seconds have been in very, very tight photos. It's been racing, or she's been racing very consistent, and if ever I think a mare deserved a win in her present form, it certainly was her, and once again she just showed guts and determination and wants to get on with it.
Plenty of G&D. Here's the last on the program.
In the turn, 350 metres out. Just in front, Pray for Colleen, tackled by Rest on the outside. A length away, Rich Habit coming at them quickly. Then Grey Fee. In behind them, Goodbye Trentham gone, followed by Sangpur running home. 250 out on the turn, Pray for Colleen, tackled by Rest, but Rich Habit is coming home over the top of them on the outside. It grabbed them in a stride now. Rich Habit had raced away from Rest. Sangpur getting out, making ground from Grey Fee, but it's all Rich Habit. Rich Habit wins by 2. Sangpur second, Rest third. Then
Rich Habit 7-2, it absolutely bolted in. Sangpur ran on nicely, and Grey Fee, it was beaten pretty early in the race.
Yes, I was a little bit surprised to see her drop off like that, Bill, because she won a barrier trial last Monday at Epsom over 900 metres and looked good.
Yeah.
She looked good. I don't know, around that tight circuit. She looked sort of half hanging coming to the turn.
Yes, she was on the wrong leg a lot.
Yeah, she looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She is a good filly. I think we're entitled to forgive her for that run.
So we'll give her another.
Probably look at her. She has raced very well at Flemington and Caulfield. Probably better off if you see her back on one of those tracks to give her another chance, because she does possess a lot of ability.
Right, let's look at some of the exotics yesterday. The extra double, the first of them, and here 3 and 8 paid $41.05. The daily double, 4 and 3, $11.20. Big quadrella yesterday, $18,868.05. There's lots of us, I think, might have got 3. And the quad extra yesterday, $6,759 for 4,832. The Magic Million was run yesterday, and Roy, it was quite a boil over. Let's have a look at the finish of the race and the favourite Red Rancher Flashing Ham.
Star of Pegasus led for home. Past the 400 metres mark, Star of Pegasus a narrow leader over Pacific Union. Skomask into the clear. Sunblazer on the outside. Then Academian and Red Rancher hooked to the extreme outside. Sunblazer hit the front at the 200. Pacific Union kicking again, and Skomask in the centre. Sunblazer, Skomask, Pacific Union. Sunblazer in front. He's drawing clear close to home, and he'll win it. Sunblazer. Sunblazer has won from Skomask. Third a photo. Academian, Pacific Union.
Well, it was a bolter has won the race, and the favourite never out of trouble after a slow beginning, Red Rancher, Roy.
He looked uncomfortable. In his previous starts, he's hit the ground like a typical rancher.
Yes.
And it was mobile immediately. In that race, for some unknown reason, he looked tardy in the early stages of the race, and even to keep in touch, he was being forced. So,
yes.
You know, horses are like human beings. They can have an off day, and he just didn't appear the horse that we have seen in his past runs, but, you know, has he been sort of beating anything to build the reputation that they've given him?
Well, you worry these races are $1 million races, and you know, with all due respects, they might be second-class horses running them.
Well, I think it's only a matter of time before we're going to see a horse that's only ever won one race in its life, and it's in the $1 million class. The Adelaide Colt, having only his second start yesterday, New Logic, the colt of Johnny Hawkes that they have massive opinion of, he won again yesterday, so he's on the way.
It was a pretty good performance too, because he did miss the start slightly, and I think he's run about 57.2.
Pretty quick round there.
Thanks for being with us, Roy. Don't forget Wednesday, Flemington, next Saturday is Sandown. See you on a racecourse soon.
In fact, the first over from Malcolm Marshall, very productive, 7 runs from it, and it looked as though it was going to be a score of around about 250, but then suddenly the breakthrough came. There's a little bit of bounce in the pitch, and David Byrne, who's not having a great one-day series, was out caught behind. Graham Wood came in, a little surprised at that move. One thought that Dean Jones played pretty well in Sydney the other evening, or it may have been Alan Border, but Wood was out. A good catch by Logie in the covers there. That had a little bit on it. But Jeff Marsh continued to flay the bowling, a nice cut shot. Once again, Jeff Marsh out to a ball that was well pitched up. We saw him in the test match get out a couple of times, and that one then just seemed to lose sight of it again. But this is a partnership that really set up the Australian victory. 99 runs, partnership between Dean Jones, a catch that should have been taken. I think Courtney Walsh just a little bit off stride then, but here's another great catch, great outfield catch, and certainly this is what the crowd does love, those outfield catches, and this is a mammoth shot from Alan Border. Big 6, back some 10 or 12 rows at the MCG. Steve Waugh came in after the dismissal of Dean Jones, and he's a great player, Steve Waugh, in one-day matches. Alan Border out, the end of a fine innings from him, 78 runs, and he really is back in action. A nonchalant bit of cricket by big Curtly Ambrose there, catching Steve Waugh. And Dean Jones, Simon O'Donnell rather, going for the big hit. Viv Richards throws down the stumps. Peter Taylor running. And of course, Big Merv out off the last ball of the Australian innings, and Australia 204. And things didn't start well for the Australians, putting down Greenwich, but great catch by Healy. Inside edge, the most difficult of all catches for wicket keepers to take, and it really was a magnificent catch by him. And Desmond Haynes, who's the top scorer in this competition, out LBW to Big Merv, and Merv really was on fire. And Gus Logie, playing an attempted sweep shot, was out shortly after. A little bit of a controversial decision, that one. The height seemed to be okay. Whether it was hitting the stumps was the other thing that had to be taken into contention by the umpire. Viv Richards got off to a good start, looked in a menacing mood just before a great catch from Alan Border. Went up in the air, both going for it, and finally Border calling. And it was only in the last match at the MCG that a catch similar to that bounced safely in between three players. So Bobby Simpson really has been working on that aspect of the game for the Australians. Richie Richardson out. And at this stage, the Australians are right on top. And Carl Hooper holing out to Dean Jones in the deep. Not always the best balls get wickets. Dean Jones elated and showing the crowd. I thought he was going to kick that one through for a goal, actually. Alan Border, and here's the controversial one. The ball did pop out of the gloves. Malcolm Marshall appealing to the umpire. And the thing to look at here in the replay is the bails do go off just before the ball actually comes back and may have hit those stumps. And in my mind, that clearly wasn't out. But certainly a tough decision for the umpire, Steve Randall, who was at square leg.